Hey everyone, my name is Keshav. I'm originally from Southwest Virginia and went to an undergraduate business school on the East Coast. And then following graduation, over the last 4 years, basically worked across investment banking, management consulting, and private equity. Decided to take the GRE and kind of prep for upcoming business school applications. And my first mock test score actually didn't get scored on, but I knew I missed a few questions here on verbal, and I missed a few questions on math. But overall, I felt like it was a decent baseline. My final GRE score was a 337. I ended up getting a 170 on the quant section and a 167 on verbal.
Sure.
The GRE and kind of GMAT to an extent, prep processes have been long ones, kind of over the last few years. Initially, I wanted to take the GMAT my senior year of college and just kind of get it out of the way before starting work. While I had planned to spend a few months kind of test prepping and doing it right, I kind of decided at the last minute I would kind of cram it into 1 month and see what I could do. Ended up getting a 710 on that GMAT, but felt and knew that I should be able to do better, and so decided to retake the test. Following graduation, spring of 2021, I probably scheduled and rescheduled the GRE maybe 5 times. But schedule it, get all excited about test prep, and work would get busy, other things would come up. I knew that business school wasn't, imminent, but it was in the future, so I decided to just keep delaying it. Eventually, about 3 months ago, wanted to kind of put in a full attempt and really see what I could do. I knew that I had an upcoming work transition where I'd have about 5 weeks off between jobs, and so wanted to use that time wisely and really dedicate myself towards GRE prep. And then, based on my earlier test experience with the GMAT, I felt like the GRE could be a better fit. I preferred verbal over grammar and really thought that the test format might suit me better. So GRE prep, in earnest, probably started about 5 to 6 weeks before test day. Before I found Target Test Prep, my whole life I've just been someone who used kind of hand-me-down materials or classic textbooks. Never really had any courses for any form of test prep, and so wanted to go that route. As a result, I kind of started with the ETS and the GRE math review. Thought that was doing an okay job of kind of refreshing some of the core concepts. But given I was working against a 5-week timeline and knew that I really wanted to give this my best shot, I was just frustrated that I wasn't able to put together a comprehensive testing schedule and kind of prep plan for myself that felt like it would lead to success. And so with that, decided to browse Reddit and Google and just see what other folks had done. And TTP kept on coming up as a great resource that a lot of folks have found success with. And so decided to do the trial. Enjoyed those 2 days. It was exactly what I was looking for. Highly structured, with lessons and quizzes and refreshers, really making sure you're understanding the fundamentals and not just the tactics and the test day tips. And so I decided to take the plunge and got 1 month of TTP and kind of went from there. Outside of TTP, the only real resource I used were kind of the word lists that several other you can kind of find floating online, just to make sure I was putting it on my vocab. And that was pretty much it in terms of my kind of test prep resources. In terms of using TTP, I ended up using it for the 5 or 6 week period that I had for test prep. I found that it was super comprehensive, focused me in on the right materials, really on understanding the actual content first and understanding all parts of the content. I really like the TTP focuses on the easy core competencies, but also the medium and hard. And so when it comes to test day, I think each TTP module is probably 50 plus to 100 questions of practice. And so as a result, I think you drill it enough that you can be consistent on the ones you should get, and also have these skills in your toolkit to be able to get the harder questions as well. So I think building from the ground up with those fundamentals made me feel really good about my mastery of test concepts and being able to apply that in a test-like setting. And in terms of the rest of prep, I think one of the things that TTP really helped with was just structuring, right? Being able to say, here's how we're going to break down the content into modules, and here's kind of the right progression of that. So you're building additive skills as you go along. I think that made a real difference as I approach to prep. As folks think about GRE prep, I would say, dedicate more time to it than I did. I think I got pretty lucky that 5 weeks enough for me, but I think if I was going to do it again and had, a little more control on my schedule, I would probably give myself somewhere between 9 and 12 weeks. I think if you're going to approach it with some intensity, I'd say, Target Test Prep is a fantastic kind of all-in-one resource to use. So that would be the core of what I would do. Scott and the other TTP folks say it's a bunch in the course, but they really encourage you not to skip around. I tried my best not to, but kind of just ran up against time in those last 2 weeks and had to do a little bit of it. But again, if I had 9 to 12 weeks, I would basically just do exactly what TTP says to do, right? So do all the questions, really understand the content, practice the ones you got wrong, go deep, and really focus on mastery there. And then, layer in the test tactics and kind of game day skills. And that really, I think, just takes you over the top. And so as I would, think about if I were to take the GRE again, I would definitely make TTP the core of what I would do and maybe add in a few other resources here and there, particularly actually the only one I probably add is just vocab to make sure I was covering that in a more comprehensive way. But otherwise, TTPs are a fantastic resource that I highly recommend anyone. Definitely worth at least the trial period to see if it's a good fit for you. Thanks.